Chapter 146 Feng Qunren is seeking death again, the reborn one. In Xiaohao Palace. I don't know how long has passed, maybe a day, or a month. Feng Qingyu's aura is like a turbulent wave, getting stronger and stronger, and her body is constantly transforming, emitting a dazzling light. Boom! Suddenly, the aura of Hongmeng Emperor Venerable erupted from her body like a volcano erupting. That's right, at this time, she had successfully broken through to the Emperor Venerable First Layer realm from entering the realm of King Zun for the first time, like Phoenix Nirvana, reborn from the ashes. Buzz! When the light gradually dissipated, Feng Haoren seized the opportunity and asked the system to take out another drop of spiritual milk and integrate it into Feng Qingyu's body. Boom! The divine light surged again, as bright as the sun in the sky. I saw that the newly promoted cultivation level in her body was instantly filled with heaven-defying power, rising like a surging torrent. Hongmeng Emperor Venerable Second Layer, Third Layer, until the Queen of Eighth Layer stopped this powerful aura. The divine light was restrained, and Feng Qingyu slowly opened her eyes. She felt that her strength had made a qualitative leap, as if she were on the clouds, overlooking all living beings. Moreover, she now possesses a terrifying physique that is mysterious and powerful, and is currently beyond her cognition. She looked at Feng Haoren gratefully, her eyes full of love, as bright as stars. Feng Haoren smiled and said, "Do you like the gift I gave you?" "Thank you, Haoren." Feng Qingyu stared at him for a long time, and the joy in her heart could no longer be expressed in words. She stood on tiptoes, like a light butterfly, and kissed Feng Haoren's face gently. Feng Haoren was shocked for a while, his eyes moved slightly, and after looking at her, he smiled and took Feng Qingyu's hand. "In a few days, why don't you take me to the other 4 realms of chaos? Just go out with me to relax." "Well, okay, now that I have the strength, I can definitely protect you." Feng Qingyu originally thought that if her cultivation level was upgraded to Hongmeng Emperor Venerable 8th Layer and Heavenly Venerable, she would have few opponents. But when he thought of the Dark Emperor incident, his happy face suddenly dimmed as if the sun was blocked by dark clouds. Feng Haoren saw this and said quickly, "Then as a husband, you will have to rely on your wife's strength." As he spoke, he did not forget to lower his body and rest his head on Feng Qingyu's shoulder. Poke! The latter was instantly amused by Feng Haoren's funny appearance as a little man. Just as the two of them were chatting with each other, an incomprehensible voice sounded behind them. "Young Master, Mistress Zhang Clan, young Master Zhang Ruoxian will get married in 3 months. The mistress is currently in retreat, and the master wants you to go on behalf of the clan." The person who came was none other than Tian Kui, but before he finished speaking, Feng Haoren and Feng Qingyu showed the same shocked expression, as if they had heard the biggest joke in the world. "Who are you talking about getting married?" the two asked in unison, with disbelief written on their faces. Seeing the two of them being so surprised, Tian Kui laughed softly and said, "Haha! Young Master, it is young Master Ruoxian. That little guy Zhang Ruoxian? How old is he that he's getting married?" After receiving the confirmation, Feng Haoren still felt that this was a fantasy. "I think back then, when I was in the lower realm, the guy who wanted to enter the secret realm to experience and was chased around by a group of women was now getting married. Well, it seems to be a marriage. The other party is one of the ancient clan, a girl from the Ji clan. I heard that she is as beautiful as a flower and has a talent that can be called a monster." Tian Kui's words gave Feng Haoren an ominous premonition. He felt that this was probably a forced marriage. With Zhang Ruoxian's bohemian personality, how could she put her mind on the love between her children? How long does it take to travel from Feng clan to Zhang clan? If you take the teleportation array, it will take at least half a year. If you drive across the sky, you can reach it in more than 2 months. Tian Kui said 2 ways to get to the Zhang clan. For Feng Haoren, time was tight and he could only choose to drive across the void. Then let Ming Yu prepare and set off tomorrow. Okay, young master. After Tian Kui responded, he retreated, while Feng Haoran whispered to Feng Qingyu. Let's go with me tomorrow. Just think of it as going out to relax. Anyway, you know that silly Ruoxian. Well, but, Zhang Ruoxian's behavior this time is really unexpected. Feng Qingyu also discerned the clues, although they had little contact and only met a few times at Wanling Academy. But Zhang Ruoxian's free and uninhibited character really doesn't seem like someone who would be fettered by a woman. You can see it, right? In my opinion, he should be forced by the Zhang clan. Thinking about it, this kid may not be as comfortable in the chaotic world as he is in the lower world. However, if he is really unwilling, even if countless people oppose it, I will definitely stand up for him. It can be clearly seen from Feng Haoran's determined eyes that Zhang Ruoxian plays an important role in his heart. It's definitely not like he was in his previous life, just the image of the distant cousin in everyone's mouth. In Junshan City, in the dark room of a wine shop, a man wearing a cloak and a blurry face appeared quietly. Opposite him sat a middle-aged man with a beard and a bloody smell all over his body. At first glance, this person looks like the kind of cold-blooded killer who lives amidst the lights and shadows of swords. I heard that the Disha Palace is self-reliant and dares to kill anyone. Since your palace master sent you here, I will tell you straight away. I want you to kidnap a young man named Feng Haoran. He is Xia Hao from the Feng clan. He was injured when he went out for training some time ago. I think the Feng clan will arrange a protector for him next time he goes out. Based on his status, the person who protects him must be Hongmeng Wangzun, or even a powerful person at the level of Emperor Venerable. And the mission of your Disha Palace is to rob Feng Haoran from them. Then, take him to this wine shop. At that time, I will come here to look for you. As long as you can complete the task, there are plenty of chaos crystals. Here is a deposit of 100,000, and there will be a reward of 400,000 after the task is completed. Seeing this, the middle-aged man with a beard was overjoyed and couldn't wait to take the space ring. Guests, please rest assured that we have taken over this task. As long as he steps out of the divine domain, we will be absolutely sure to kidnap him. But, as I said before, we will only hold him hostage. If we want to take his life, these rewards are far from enough. Haha. If you dare to kill him, not to mention your Disha Palace, I am afraid that even the innate creatures will not be able to escape the disaster. The man in the cloak couldn't help but sneer at the bearded man's words. The former heard this and responded proudly. Don't underestimate the strength of Disha Palace. After saying this, his figure disappeared into thin air. After he disappeared, the man in the cloak slowly opened his broad hat, revealing his true face in Lushan. This person was Feng Qunren, a branch of the Feng clan. Then, a sly sneer flashed across his face. Feng Qunju, don't you like staying in Tianhao Palace? I kidnapped your son to see if you can still sit still. Humph. The world of nothingness, Yandi City. This city is the habitat of the Yan clan. As the original tribe, they have countless sacred mountains and floating islands. Ancient palaces and pavilions stand in the void like suspended castles in the air. Here, the aura of the origin of fire is so strong that it seems to be burning, and the temperature is several times higher than that of other continental cities. In the Yan clan, a splendid ancient palace actually hides an extremely simple and dilapidated courtyard, which seems to be the intersection of two worlds. At this moment, a frightened scream suddenly came from a room in the small courtyard. Ah! In the room, on a tattered bed, a young man with ragged clothes, scars, and sweat on his face sat slumped, as if he had just woken up from a nightmare. He was breathing heavily, looking around at the surrounding environment with a look of disbelief on his face. This is, my Yan clan's shabby room? Could it be, that I was born? Master, what's wrong with you? At this time, an anxious old man hurried in from outside the house. He was kind-hearted, wearing a patched green robe, and looked at the young man with worry. "Master, are you okay?" Seeing the old man's concerned expression, the young man's eyes instantly became moist, and his throat couldn't help but choke. "Grandpa Xian, it's really you. You're still alive. That's great." The young man threw himself into the old man's arms. This move made the old man a little shocked. What does it mean that he is still alive? Isn't he standing here perfectly? Young master, are you having a nightmare?" "Old man, I have been living well." The young man let go of the old man and looked carefully to confirm that the person in front of him was real. He knew that he had been reborn, and his thoughts gradually became clearer. Suddenly, he seemed to remember something important and asked eagerly. "Oh, by the way, Grandpa Xian, is Ji Yueying married to a member of the Zhang clan?" The old man was confused by the young man's question. Wasn't his injury caused by being beaten by the Ji clan to prevent Ji Yueying's marriage? Could it be that he was beaten to the point of losing his memory? "Master, are you really okay? You were injured by the Ji tribe yesterday because of Miss Yueying. Don't you even remember?" When the young man heard this, a relieved smile appeared on his face. "Haha! It turns out that it's great to be back at this time. In this life, I must let those ants see what a real strong person is." Chapter 147 The Situation of Zhang Ruoxian's Family. The Realm of Nothingness, Zhang Tianyu, and the Zhang Clan of Life. Here, the energy of the origin of life is as thick as mist, and the energy of chaos is as dense as flowing clouds, just like a fairyland in Daowen. In the void, holy beasts soar in the diffuse divine mist, and palaces, pavilions, and sacred mountains can be seen everywhere suspended above the clouds, which is better than a fairyland. At this time, these palaces and pavilions are all covered with a layer of red clouds, looking particularly festive. In a dazzling palace, there was a man wearing a white silky golden divine robe. His purple hair fell down on his shoulders like a waterfall, and he looked at the beautiful young man below with a sad and remorseful face. "Ruoxian, you are an incompetent father and have failed your siblings. You have become the family's marriage tool. This person is King Qingkeng of the Zhang clan in the lower realm, and that handsome man is Feng Haoran's great cousin, Zhang Ruoxian." Since their family came to the Chaos Zhang clan, at first, the family cared for them. However, over the years, the Zhang clan has faced the abdication of its clan leader, and Zhang Qingkeng also participated in this selection. After many rounds of assessments, Zhang Qingkeng finally lost the election by one move because his qualifications were slightly inferior to that of a son of the Zhang clan's supreme being. From the perspective of the Zhang clan, it is natural that those with strong abilities are qualified to be the leader of the clan. The new clan leader, Zhang Haichuan, thought of a marriage alliance in order to win allies for the Zhang clan. This plan was unanimously agreed by the Zhang clan's supreme leader, ancestors, so suitable candidates were selected among the younger generation. The first choice was Zhang Naihuang, who was asked to marry the genius of the Ji clan. But after Zhang Ruoxian learned about it, he took advantage of the fact that the Zhang clan valued his immortal Great Dao body, so he stepped forward, strongly opposed it, and made a big fuss among the clan. This move alarmed the upper echelons of the clan. After 3 trials, at his insistence, he was finally chosen as the candidate for marriage. Originally, the senior leaders of the Zhang clan did not agree, but he said such a thing. Although the Zhang clan is weak in combat power, it possesses magical power of life, which has attracted many forces to compete for marriage. Why do we, the Zhang clan, have to condescend to visit us instead of letting them send the elites from our clan? Now that there are no foreign enemies to invade, marriage with our clan is their advantage. If there are invaders, our Zhang clan will also be their savior. Our clan has such a powerful source of power, why should we rely on others? The so-called allies should support each other, rather than relying on one party. These words were like an enlightenment, making the top leaders of the Zhang clan wake up from a dream. When the ancestors heard about it, they made a prompt decision and sent people to discuss the marriage with the Ji clan. It shows that marrying a girl from the Ji tribe is not a marriage from the Zhang tribe. When the Zhang tribe made this suggestion, the other party agreed without hesitation. So, there was this wedding date, but as a father, Zhang Qingking felt deeply guilty. He knew his son's character well, and the reason for this was that he really couldn't bear to let Naihuang marry someone else. It was at Feng Ruoxian's insistence that the Ji clan, whose families were planning to marry each other, married the girl to him. Compared with the lower realm, Zhang Ruoxian today is completely different. The once cheerful, lively, and even funny young man had disappeared without a trace, and was replaced by a serious, mature, and steady man. However, his handsomeness is still the same, and he has added a bit of mature charm, like a bright pearl, exuding charming brilliance. Father, don't be sad. This is something you will have to experience sooner or later. It may not be a bad thing to experience it sooner. When the time comes, I can still show off to Haoran. Zhang Ruoxian tried his best to squeeze out a smile, as if he was comforting himself, and also as if he was comforting his father, for fear that his father would take all the responsibility on himself. However, the more he behaved like this, the pain in Zhang Qingkang's heart was like a knife. Seeing that his son could not even make the decision about his marriage, his heart was filled with resentment, like a volcano that could erupt at any time. Ta-ta! At this time, a crisp sound of footsteps came from outside the hall, and Zhang Naihuang, who looked like a celestial immortal, walked in. She is like the divine maiden descending from heaven, breathtakingly beautiful. After she saluted Zhang Qingkang, her eyes were filled with gratitude. She glanced at her brother beside her, and then said to her father, "Father, I want to talk to Ruoxian." "Okay, let's talk." Zhang Qingkang walked down from his high position and paused next to Zhang Ruoxian. His face was full of shame, and he did not dare to face the siblings. He could only shake his head helplessly, and then left silently. Zhang Naihuang turned to look at Zhang Ruoxian and sighed softly. The sound was like an aureole coming out of the valley, melodious and melodious. "Ruoxian, I'm sorry, it's all because of me that you..." Zhang Ruoxian shook his head quickly and interrupted his sister, "Sister, don't say that, this is my own choice, and I don't want you to marry from another clan. Besides, marriage is nothing more than living a life for two people in advance." Zhang Ruoxian pretended to be calm, but his eyes could not hide the pain in his heart, like a wounded heart wrapped up in layers. Zhang Naihuang bit her lip, her heart piercing, "But, I know you don't like that girl from the Ji clan at all. It doesn't matter, feelings can be cultivated slowly." Zhang Ruoxian forced a smile, and his smile was like a blooming flower, swaying in the wind, making people feel extremely distressed. Seeing her brother in such pain, Zhang Naihuang felt even more sad. She suddenly thought of something, and a glimmer of hope flashed in her eyes. "Ruoxian, why don't I go find Haoran?" Some time ago, it was rumored that he killed the conferred king disciple of the innate clan in Junshan City. Maybe he has a way to solve our dilemma. Moreover, I heard that the monarchs came out in full force that day, but ultimately returned without success. I think it is because of his incredible qualifications that he has the support of the Feng clan. If he and the Feng clan came forward, you might be able to. Sister, the marriage between Zhang Ziyu and the Ji clan is a foregone conclusion. Going to find him at this time, even if the Feng clan values his heaven-defying qualifications, will they offend two ancient clans all at once for him? Moreover, we still don't know his status in the feudal clan. After all, in this huge ancient clan, there are many talented people and the competition is extremely fierce. If I am caught by someone who is interested in doing this, then the gain outweighs the loss. His words were like bells in the morning and drums in the evening, which made Zhang Naihuang feel very reasonable. After all, she had only heard some rumors. Although they are in the same realm of nothingness, they are each in different domains. Although we know that such a powerful clan exists, there is almost no interaction between the geniuses. Because, among the 6 ancient clans, they are all related to each other by the ancestors of each clan. Under normal circumstances, if there is nothing special, there will be almost no contact, unless the geniuses meet each other while going out for training. Zhang Ruoxian saw her sister's face turned gloomy and knew that she didn't want to compromise on her own, so she smiled and comforted her. Sister, don't worry, it's just about marrying a wife, it's not about separation or death. However, this time I got married, but I sent an invitation letter to my aunt from the Feng clan, and that Gai Haoran should also come. Maybe, if he knows that I am getting married, he will even envy me. Zhang Nihuang looked at her brother in front of her, and her heart hurt. She had never seen him like this before, as if he was a different person. Subscribe to Chinese Novel Audiowave. Chapter 148. Haoran comes to the Zhang clan and gets his destiny. On this day, the wedding day of Zhang Ruoxian, a direct disciple of the Zhang clan, finally arrived. According to the rules of the Zhang clan, it is not easy for the entire clan to participate in a direct line marriage. However, this time it was a marriage between 2 ancient clans, held as an exception, and the grand scene was beyond imagination. Today, on a giant island used by the Zhang clan to entertain guests, gongs and drums were noisy, firecrackers were blasting, and it was very lively. Countless Zhang clan vassal forces and friendly forces came to congratulate them. At this time, the giant island was already packed with guests and the seats were full. Zhang Qingkang's family has not returned to chaos for a long time, and many of the Zhang clan's vassal forces are not familiar with them. Now, they are taken along by the patriarchs and princes, responsible for receiving congratulatory guests coming and going. Although Zhang Qingkang failed in the battle for clan leader, their lineage still has a certain status in the Zhang clan. It stands to reason that the patriarch Zhang Haichuan does not need to appear personally to welcome the guests, and it is not his descendant who is getting married, but for some reason, he is among them. Haha, welcome, welcome. Haha. Congratulations to the direct descendant of the Zhang clan and the Ji clan's genius. Same joy, same joy. The Supreme Force, the Li family, brought 100,000 Chaos Crystals, 10 Chaos Holy Medicines, and 1 Immortal King Medicine to send congratulatory gifts to Immortal Temple and Princess Yueying. The ancient power Tiangzi Divine Dynasty brought 8 Chaos Holy Medicines. At this moment, a strange fluctuation suddenly came from the void, and a space crack slowly emerged. Gorgeous warships sailed out one after another, with mysterious lines engraved on the hulls, exuding a heart-stopping aura. This is the battleship of Emperor Yan City. Someone shouted in shock. People from the Origin Yan clan are here too. Everyone started talking. Unexpectedly, the Yan clan has such a close relationship with the Zhang clan. Who says it's not? Let me tell you, the Origin Flame clan is in the Void World, and there is the Innate Lord clan above it. The 2 clans are equally powerful, but they are also opposed to each other. Therefore, making good friends with the 6 ancient clan is their long-term plan. That makes sense. At this time, the leader of the Yan clan led a group of tribesmen out of the battleship, and greeted the current leader of the Zhang clan with a smile on his face. Chief Zhang, congratulations on the marriage between the nobles and the Ji clan. It is a great joy for the 2 ancient clans to unite. This time, I, the Yan clan, are here to congratulate the noble descendant Ruo on his marriage to Immortal Temple. Zhang Haichuan saw this, nodded slightly as a return gift, and then responded. Chief Yang Xiao, you're welcome. Come, let me introduce you. This is my younger brother Zhang Qingkang, who is also the King Qingkang of my Zhang clan. Today is the marriage between his descendants and the Ji clan. After Zhang Haichuan was polite, he deliberately introduced Zhang Qingkang beside him to the Yang Xiao clan leader, and also specifically mentioned his title. You must know that in the ancient clan, those who are conferred king are those who have failed in the clan leader competition. He introduced it this way, obviously with the intention of causing trouble. When Zhang Qingkang heard this, he forced a smile on his face. Haha, thank you very much, Chief Yang Xiao. Come, please come this way. With the arrival of the Origin Yan clan, the atmosphere became more and more lively. All the major forces displayed their congratulatory gifts one after another. For a moment, the precious light flashed, reflecting the heaven and earth, like stars, making it dizzying. Yin! An earth-shattering beast roar came from the void, deafening, as if it was about to tear the world apart. Everyone's attention was attracted again. Tear! Suddenly, a huge hole opened in the solid chaotic void like a torn paper. Then, the nine-headed Taizukang Long with majestic aura and ferocious terror appeared in front of everyone. Their bodies are huge, like mountains, and each head exudes a heart-stopping aura. 9 thick iron chains with black light were placed on Kang Glong's body like shackles, pulling a pavilion-like chariot to slowly emerge. Nearly 10,000 black-armored guards who controlled Mo Kailan also stepped out of the void. They were floating quietly like gods of war, and the aura on their bodies was like an abyss or an ocean, which was extremely terrifying. Looking from a distance, you can feel the venerable aura like a wild beast. 10,000 divine guards are all Hongmeng mighty ones. This is the exclusive chariot of one of the 6 ancient clans, Taizukang Long. What? The space holy beast Taizukang Long. Why did the Feng clan come here? And those 10,000 black-armored divine guards are rumored to be among the top 3 guards of the Feng clan. Could it be that the Zhang clan and the Feng clan actually have an unusual relationship? The Feng clan is known as the first of the 6 ancient clans. Who would have thought that they would come to the Zhang clan to participate in a direct descendants' wedding banquet? The Feng clan's Kang Long chariot appeared out of nowhere, shocking all the guests present. As the clan leader, Zhang Haichuan was at a loss at this moment, because in his memory, the relationship between the Zhang clan and the Feng clan had not been so good. He turned to look at Zhang Qingkang, his eyes seeming to ask what was going on. Zhang Qingkang naturally understood what he meant and explained with a smile. Clan leader, I have mentioned to the family before that my sister married into the feudal clan when she was in the lower realm. Now that Ruoxian is getting married, his aunt will naturally be notified, so. Zhang Qingkang's words made everyone on the side look pale. They had indeed heard about it before, but they didn't take it seriously. After all, it is a feudal clan in the lower realm. Who knows how it is related to the feudal clan, one of the 6 ancient clans in chaos. But now, those who can control the Taizukang Long, the exclusive chariot of the Feng clan, must have a very important position in the Feng clan. Although they are both ancient clan, there is still a certain gap in the strength of the Feng clan compared with other clans. Just when everyone was looking up at the chariot in the void, a voice came from inside the chariot. My young master is Feng Haoran, the Xiahao of the Feng clan, and he was invited by Immortal Temple. Bringing 1,000,000 Chaos Heavenly Stones, 10 Chaos Heavenly Elixirs, 10 Chaos Heavenly Pills, and a Hongmeng Sacred Artifact. I wish you a happy wedding at the Immortal Temple. It was Tian Kui who spoke. When he gave his congratulations, everyone present, regardless of their strength, even members of the Zhang clan, couldn't help but take a breath. Sugh! Is this a gift between the ancient clan? Oh my god, I have never seen so many millions of Chaos Sky Stones. What do you know? The Chaos Elixir and Heavenly Pill behind are the most valuable things. No. That Hongmeng Sacred Artifact is the most frightening. Hey? By the way, what is the identity of this feudal clan Xiahao? TCH, I didn't even know that, but he is the descendant of the future clan leader. However, the name Feng Haoran seems very familiar, as if he has heard it somewhere. Feng Haoran, oh, I remembered that he was the man who killed King Tianhong of the Jun clan, and he was also the husband of the newly restored Empress of the Divine Phoenix Celestial Dynasty. What? It's him. Everyone woke up as if from a dream, and finally remembered that thunderous name, Feng Haoran, and the scene exploded instantly. In the misty sky, Feng Haoran and Feng Qingyu held hands and slowly walked out of the jade chariot that looked like a fairy palace. Tian Kui and Ming Yu follow each other step by step. The four of them strolled to the corridor of the jade chariot, overlooking the people below in a condescending manner. But Feng Haoran's eyes were firmly fixed on Zhang Qingkang and Zhang Naihuang like nails, with a sincere smile written on his face. "Uncle, Naihuang, we have been apart for decades, have you ever missed me?" This sentence seems to be light and gentle, but it contains heavy family affection. This filled Jiang's and his daughter's hearts with joy, and Zhang Qingkang couldn't help laughing. "Haha, you little brat, why are you standing so high? Why don't you get down quickly?" Although Feng Haoran and Zhang Qingkang only knew each other once, blood is thicker than water, and that family affection always lingers in their hearts. When Feng Haoran saw Zhang Qingkang talking about him like this, not only was he not angry, but he deliberately pretended to be scared. "Hee. I'll come down right now." After finishing speaking, several people floated down like feathers. However, when they passed by the Origin Flame Clan team, a man disguised as a guard saw Feng Haoran's face clearly, and his pupils suddenly dilated like a frightened bird. It turned out to be this evil star. At this time, Feng Haoran was walking towards Zhang Qingkang happily, when suddenly the system's voice sounded like a yellow bell in his mind. Ding! "Master, I found the destined person who can be reborn." Chapter 149 Tianming, Yan Xingyu. Ding! "Master, I found the destined person who can be reborn." Hey? It's the destiny of being reborn again. After Feng Haoran heard the sound of the system, he was stunned for a moment, but he did not stop and continued to walk towards Zhang Qingkang. Ding! "Master, this reborn person is different from Dongfang Nantian. He is the reborn soul of Hongmeng creature. Rather, his soul is transmigrated from the future. In other words, he knows everything about what will happen in the chaos of the future. Oh, come to think of it, it's really interesting." Feng Haoran had communicated with the system in his mind and happened to be in front of Zhang Qingkang and his daughter. "Haha! Haoran, uncle is so happy to see you. Oh, by the way, why didn't your mother and father come together?" Zhang Qingkang's enthusiasm surprised Feng Haoran. Is this still the once aloof King Qingkang? At this time, he was even more convinced of his suspicion, the status of his uncle's family in the Zhang clan. It seems that it was not as good as when it was in the lower realm. Now, it should be restricted everywhere. "Uncle, my mother is in retreat, and my father sent me as a representative of the clan to congratulate Ruoxian." "Retreat? I haven't seen them for a long time. I really miss them." When Zhang Qingkang heard that his sister was in seclusion, he felt a little disappointed for a moment, but it was only fleeting, and then he said, "When you come this time, stay with the Zhang clan for a while. After Ruoxian gets married, I will go to the Feng clan to see them." Just when Feng Haoran was about to reply, the clan leader Zhang Haichuan said with a smile, "Ha ha ha! I am really happy that Xia Hao of the Feng clan can come to attend my nephew's wedding banquet." Zhang Haichuan had a smile on his face, and when he spoke, he deliberately emphasized the word patriarch to indicate that he would speak later. "He is the leader of the Zhang clan. If you don't bow to me when you come, forget it. Just start a family feud with Zhang Qingkang." But Feng Haoran's next words made him look extremely ugly. "Who are you? I am talking to my uncle, why do you have the right to speak?" As soon as these words came out, the scene instantly became quiet, and Zhang Haichuan's smile suddenly froze. He never expected that the juniors of the Feng clan would be so disrespectful to him. But being watched by everyone at this time, he couldn't bear to get angry on the spot, so he suppressed the anger in his heart. "I, the leader of the Zhang clan, Zhang Haichuan. Okay, I know you are the clan leader, there is no need to keep stressing in front of me, I don't have time to talk about anything else now. I haven't seen my uncle and cousin for a long time, why don't we find a place to have a nice chat? Feng Haoren first interrupted Zhang Haijuan, and then asked Zhang Qingkang and his daughter. These words made their father and daughter look embarrassed, and they didn't know how to respond, while the princes of the Zhang clan. Seeing this son ignoring his family leader, he immediately became furious. Boy, is this how the Feng clan teaches the younger generation? What do you want to do by humiliating the leader of my clan like this? Humiliation? Why am I humiliating him? Am I familiar with you? Old guy, don't take yourself too seriously, you Zhang clan, if it weren't for my uncle's sake, do you think I would set foot here? Feng Haoren's face, which had been smiling just now, instantly turned gloomy. The other forces who came to congratulate them saw that the two of them seemed to be at war with each other and stepped back one after another. No one dared to interrupt. When the Supreme Prince heard Feng Haoren's words, he felt as if he was struck by thunder and was filled with rage. He had forgotten what day it was today. How could the Zhang clan's face tolerate such an insult from a junior? At that moment, he shouted angrily, "Boy, you are asking for death." Immediately afterwards, the Supreme Master waved his palm, and the power of chaos gathered in his palm like a tide, rushing toward Feng Haoren with fierce killing intent. Before Feng Haoren could take action, Feng Qingyu's eyes turned cold, and Hongmeng Emperor Venerable's aura suddenly rose like a blazing flame. Buzz! Then, she gently raised her jade hand, and the palm contained endless power, and she suddenly shot it out. Boom! Two terrifying forces collided in the void, and the aroused residual power swept away like a stormy wave, shaking the surrounding crowd back dozens of steps like falling leaves. Ah! Everyone exclaimed. No one thought that this man would dare to fight against the Supreme Prince at the wedding banquet of the Zhang clan. However, the woman who took action had such advanced cultivation. Could it be? Could this woman, be the Empress of the Divine Phoenix Celestial Dynasty? Ah! The Empress of the Celestial Dynasty? I just said, how could she be so beautiful as to bewitch the country and the city? No wonder she has such a powerful cultivation level. It turns out she is Empress Qingyu. While everyone was talking in low voices, a guard from the Yan clan had a look of astonishment on his face. How is it possible? This scene did not happen in the previous life. Is it because my appearance changed the course of history? Just as he was thinking about the reason, Feng Qingyu used strength again, and the power of her palms spurted out like a volcano erupting. Buzz boom! The prince was knocked away with a look of horror on his face. If the other princes hadn't caught him in time, he would have flown tens of thousands of meters away. Junior, you really bully others too much. When several princes saw this situation, they lost all face and immediately mobilized their troops. However, the clan leader, Zhang Haijuan, who had been silent all this time, finally broke his silence. Okay, today is a happy day, don't let your friendship get hurt. Zhang Haijuan didn't want to ruin his marriage with the Ji clan because of a junior's words, so he hurriedly stopped it. Although the current supreme leader of the Zhang clan is of the same generation as the previous clan leader, they have to follow the clan leader's words. Several people glared at Feng Qingyu, but she simply chose to ignore them. Haha! Since Xiaohao from the Feng clan is here for Prince Qingkang and his daughter. Then, Naihuang, please take him into the palace first. Your father will also accompany us to welcome the Ji clan's bride greeting procession. In order to ease the atmosphere, Zhang Haijuan had to let Zhang Naihuang leave with Feng Haoren. Feng Haoren couldn't help but admire his patience, but his evaluation of him in his heart was that this person was extremely sinister. Yes, Patriarch. Zhang Naihuang bowed and saluted, and then said to Feng Haoren. Cousin Haoren, come with me to the inner hall. I think Ruoxian will be back soon to welcome his bride. Then you can have a good drink with him. Feng Haoren didn't speak, just nodded, glanced at the Zhang clan's princes, then pulled Feng Qingguo and left with Zhang Naihuang. However, when he left the island, he started communicating with the system. System, tell me, who is the destined person this time? Ding. Okay, the system is calling out all the information about this destiny for the owner. The man of destiny, Yan Xingyu. Cultivation, Chaos Divine Sovereign 9th Layer. Identity, the abandoned son of Yan Xiao, the leader of the Yan clan of the original tribe. His mother was a creature of Hongmeng. After giving birth to him, she left quietly for fear of harming the Yan clan, causing Yan Xiao to transfer his hatred for his wife to his son. Therefore, Yan Xingyu was neglected in his family. Goldfinger, the heavenly pearl, Hongmeng innate treasure, can deduce the future of things, know the past and future of living beings, and has the power to defy the heavens. Guardian, Xiansu, the guardian left by his mother. Cultivation, beyond Hongmeng heavenly venerable existence. Haha. It turns out that my mother's family is a transcendent existence, but, the system, with his cultivation as a protector, why is he called a being above Hongmeng heavenly venerable? Ding. Master, your consciousness is very strong, and it is not yet within the range of the Master's contact. What? Chapter 150 Brothers Meet. Zhang Naihuang from the Zhang clan led Feng Haoren and 4 others into a glorious and beautiful palace. At this moment, there were only 5 of them in the huge hall. Zhang Naihuang stared at Feng Haoren and others, but hesitated to speak. Seeing this situation, Feng Haoren couldn't help but said, "Cousin Naihuang, you and I are blood relatives, what can't we say directly? Could it be that we have encountered a difficult problem?" After hearing Feng Haoren's words, Zhang Naihuang lowered his head and thought for a long time, and finally raised his eyes and stared at him. How? Haoren, how are you living in the Feng clan now? They say that you are Shea Hao of the Feng clan, which means that your father will be the next clan leader. Is this true? Feng Haoren was confused by the question, but then he smiled and understood her intention. Haha. Cousin Naihuang, my status in the clan has never changed, and is even better than it was in the Huangtian universe. If you have any difficulties, just say so. As long as I can do my best, I will do my best, even if I am the enemy of your entire Zhang clan. Feng Haoren's words made Zhang Naihuang secretly happy, and she finally decided to tell the truth about her brother's marriage. Haoren, to be honest, since we came to the Zhang clan and my father was still the pre-selected leader of the clan, our family's life has been pretty smooth. Although he is not as high-ranking and powerful as he was in the lower realm and is at the core of family power, at least the required training resources can be met. However, after my father lost the election, everything became different. Zhang Naihuang told Feng Haoren about her nearly 40 years of experience in the Chaos Zhang clan. The latter became more and more angry. Finally, when he heard that Zhang Ruoxian was forced to marry, he was so angry that he took action. Bang! This is unreasonable. How can I, Feng Haoren's cousin, let them marry at will? Haoren, please calm down first. In fact, this kind of thing is quite common among wealthy families. Fortunately, cousin Naihuang did not marry outside. When Ruoxian comes back from the wedding, we'll ask him what he thinks. If he is really unwilling, then negotiate with the Ji clan. Negotiation? What else is there to negotiate? If Ruoxian is not willing, the marriage will be over. Anyone who dares to object will be killed without mercy. At worst, I will take Uncle Jiang's family to the clan to see who dares to object. Feng Qingguo was an empress in her previous life and had seen many such things. She originally wanted him to deal with it calmly, but before she could finish her words, Feng Haoren became anxious. Haoren, actually I think she. Zhang Naihuang actually agreed with Feng Qingguo's statement, but when she opened her mouth, she suddenly realized that she didn't know her identity. Seeing this, Feng Haoren hurriedly introduced him. Oh, look at me, I was so angry that I forgot to introduce myself to my cousin. Her name is Feng Qingguo, she is my wife. When the word wife came out, Feng Qingguo lowered her head shyly. When Zhang Nihuang heard this, he looked happy. Really? Haoran, you are already married? Why didn't you notify us? Hehe, not yet, she is my fiancée. However, when Qingguo and I get married, I will definitely inform cousin Nihuang. Feng Haoran had a naive smile on his face, but in an instant, his face turned as cold as frost. Cousin Nihuang, we'll talk about my affairs later. Now let's talk about Ruoxian. Ouch! Before Feng Haoran could finish speaking, an earth-shattering beast roar suddenly came from outside the hall. Hey! It's Ruoxian who's back from the wedding. When Zhang Nihuang heard the familiar beast's roar, she already understood in her heart. She quickly stood up and rushed towards the floating island with Feng Haoran and others. Chirp! At this time, a crisp phoenix cry came. In the sky above the Zhang clan's welcoming island, dozens of warships came majestically through the void. In front, a 9-headed phoenix pulls a red jade chariot. Next to the jade chariot, Zhang Ruoxian rides a holy dragon and lion, majestic. He was wearing a red golden robe, and with that flawless face, he looked like a god descending into the world. Haha! Fellow Ji clan deist, you have had a hard journey, please just land and rest. A supreme elder from the Zhang clan stood up in the air and said to the people from the Ji clan who were sending their relatives off with a smile on his face. Haha! Then there is the Lao Jiang clan fellow deist. On the battleship headed by the Ji clan, an old man with an immortal spirit responded with his hand. Please. Chirp. The phoenix roared loudly, pulling the jade chariot and flying towards the island. Zhang Ruoxian was about to land with the holy sky dragon lion when he caught a glimpse of Feng Haoran and others coming through the air. Not seen for decades, Zhang Ruoxian's originally indifferent face now showed an expression of ecstasy, and he shouted excitedly. Haoran! Haha! Ruoxian! Feng Haoran shouted to him after letting out a loud laugh. Zhang Ruoxian drove the holy sky dragon and lion to fly to Feng Haoran, and the two looked at each other and smiled. Well, I've become a lot more mature and more masculine. I'm not like a girl like before. Feng Haoran looked Zhang Ruoxian up and down, teased him, and continued, how have you been these past few years? When Zhang Ruoxian heard this, his joy at the beginning suddenly turned indifferent, and a trace of loneliness flashed in his eyes. It's okay, it's just... What? Are you being polite to me? If you have any objections, just tell me. Feng Haoran finished speaking and then waved his hand. I'm still the same person I was before. No matter where I am, I'll still have no problem protecting you. Seeing Feng Haoran like this, Zhang Ruoxian gritted his teeth, and then sighed. Hey, actually, I was forced into this marriage. But since I have brought him back to my clan, I will naturally take responsibility. Feng Haoran's eyes widened, don't be stupid. Marriage is a lifelong matter, how can you be so hasty? As long as you speak, don't mention the Zhang clan. Even if the two clans join forces, I will not be afraid. Your current attitude is not like the Zhang Ruoxian I knew, what's wrong? We haven't seen each other for decades, have you learned to compromise? Just when Zhang Ruoxian was about to say something else, an old man from the Ji tribe came over. Young Master Ruoxian, it's time to welcome your bride and worship heaven and earth. But as soon as he said these words, Feng Haoran was immediately furious. What are you praying for? Didn't you see that I was reminiscing with Ruoxian? The old man was stunned when he heard the words, and a trace of anger could not help but rise in his heart. However, when he thought that his princess was newly married, he suppressed it and muttered secretly. Who is this kid? He actually talks about reminiscing about the past as a bigger deal than getting married. Haoran, forget it. Since you're here, I'll go down and finish the rest of the procedures. At night, you and I won't come back until we're drunk." After Zhang Ruoxian finished speaking, he went down with the old man. Feng Haoren watched his leaving figure. His full intention of compromise left Feng Haoren with nowhere to vent his heart, and he kept clenching his hands. Feng Qingguo on the side saw this, reached out to hold his fist, and finally intertwined his fingers. Feng Haoren finally sighed helplessly. "Hey! Let's go down too and see this kid's wedding ceremony." Thank you for watching. Continue exploring the fascinating world of Chinese novels with us. Hit that subscribe button on Chinese Novel Audiowave to stay updated with our latest stories. And never miss out on a great listen.